Hello, and welcome to the Tiniest Spark Executive Function from Theory to Reality. This podcast is designed to share information and strategies for educators and caregivers to encourage and support young learners to become more independent and successful. I am so excited that you're here with me today. I'm your host, Rachel Ramsey. Today, we will be discussing a question that someone asked me recently. And the more I thought about this question, the more it resonated with me. How connected do I need to be to my child's school? Now, let's clarify this before we get too far into the podcast. What was the point of this? The person who asked me this question is an involved parent, an involved caregiver, and also recognizes his own anxiety and ability to micromanage if giving into his own tendencies. His daughter is in middle school, and this is a really great question because this is the thing of how much support is the right amount. And he wants to support her in a way that's beneficial for her and also beneficial to the father-daughter relationship. However, in an effort to stay connected, there are a lot of apps and ways to see what is happening at school. And a lot of caregivers are struggling with the same thing and trying to find that balance between being involved, but also giving enough space for a young adult to learn on their own and try to navigate and experience some pitfalls and figure out that they can actually solve some of those on their own. It was such a really wonderful question that I wanted to delve into it a little further here today. And it is a delicate balance in trying to be supportive without overstepping and controlling what is happening within a young person's life. So, finding the balance. Here are some of the things that I often share with caregivers that ask me this kind of a question. And if there is a grading portal or an online portal to be able to see assignments or competencies, the recommendation that I always make is check about once a week and decide which day of the week works best for you. Some people really enjoy doing that on a Sunday night or on a Thursday night, allowing for some time in the weekend, but think about what works best for you. Really, once a week is plenty of time to kind of stay on target. In terms of specific learning management systems, whether it's Google Classroom or Canvas, or there's a whole host of them, I would not encourage looking at those unless your young learner needs assistance, or if you need to check in as they need more support with missing assignments, or if they've been home for an extended amount of time. That would be the recommendation that I would do. Signing up for emails or text alerts. Yeah, think about for you if this will create more anxiety in you as a caregiver. If that's the case, then I would say think about getting all those notices one time a day, or once a week, or think about when that's going to happen rather than sprinkling throughout your day. And you may feel the need to start to actually answer those questions or hear those beeps and go, oh my gosh, what's happening at school? How can you support your young learner? Ask them questions. They might not always provide a good answer, but I have seen in many other places on social media that asking more specific questions will garner more conversations, as opposed to, what did you do in school today? And you get nothing. A question I like to ask at the end of the day, or when I'm speaking with students out in the day or out at recess, is what is something good that happened today? Another question I also like to use at the end of a class is what's a light bulb moment, a challenge, or a success? You can't really answer nothing to this type of a question, and it provides some food for thought and a way to kind of get a little bit of a window into what's actually happening at school. All of these kind of questioning strategies are also actually practicing an executive function subskill called metacognition, which is thinking about thinking. As you're thinking about all of these different elements of how much is too much, you have to know yourself as a caregiver, your district, how involved you want to be, what's going to work for you. And also remember that if you are a caregiver, each one of your children or those you're caring for will probably need something different. So what might work for your oldest may not work for your youngest. And as always, you know what's going to work best for your family and how to best support your needs. I hope this is some good food for thought, and I really look forward to hearing some other people's takes on how much is too much, or what do you think? How do you strike the right balance for staying connected to school? I hope that you will be the light in your day and someone else's day, and look to find that light, especially when it feels like you may be lost in the dark. That tiny spark can be all you need. Until the next time, take care.